What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Let's go on to another topic here, which is something that we all can, relate on, and that's gaming. And so, at QFlow, we didn't really get the chance to talk to you about this when it happened, but this past week, AEW released some new footage for their new video game, Fight Forever, which includes Chris Statlander and Nyla Rose. Did you happen to see any of the footage?
Mm-mm.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
No, I didn't.
Have you seen any of the AEW gameplay footage?
Since I haven't heard. After I heard what the game is going to be called, I haven't heard anything about it since then.
No, I'm saying, but okay. So you seen what the gameplay looks like when they show Jungle Boy and Darby Allin? You see none of that?
Nah.
Okay, it's only 30 seconds. Go look that up right now, so you can talk about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, me and Prime was talking about it, and we talked about some of the things that they said. There's going to be some notable omissions. There's only going to be 50 characters here, and then it was coming out to
these graphics clean.
So it was going to be Kenny Omega, who's obviously an avid gamer, was having some fight issues with YUKES. And it's a lot of things going on in the creative room, and then of course he feels like Kenny Omega feels as though that they're kind of like mistreating him because he's not a game developer, and they're still trying to have this game come out by this year, which I don't think it's ready for this year. Even though I predicted in the beginning of the year that I thought it would come out this year. But after seeing it, honestly, it has a lot of work. And seeing some of the details behind it, I feel as though that's not going to be quite the game experience everybody's looking for. And once again, a lot of things comes down to how fans feel about gaming, especially wrestling fans. And when it comes to hearing this drama backstage and stuff like that, obviously they don't have all their ducks in a row. Kenny Omega is us. Kenny Omega is the person who loves wrestling games, and every wrestling fan loves wrestling games for different reasons. What Q may like in a wrestling game, Prime may not like it. When Prime likes a wrestling game, I may not like it. So we all play wrestling games, and there's all the different kind of elements, but you gotta try to find like a happy medium. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and say that I'm a game developer or anything like that, but I do. It takes a lot to develop a game, but also I think you gotta give kind of a little bit of a leeway, because a lot of game developers and a lot of companies want certain things a certain way, and Kenny Omega is being the voice of saying like this is the way it probably should be. So when I see the gameplay, I'm just like, it kind of reminds me a lot of a new school No Mercy style feel to the gameplay, and I'm like, so it has an arcadey look. It has say the graphics look better than the whole cartoony way they was doing it when they first revealed the trailer and stuff like that. But I don't know if it's be ready by September. And I'm sorry, when it comes from me, content is a big thing along with gameplay. What are some of the things that y'all look for? Because it's kind of like with the 2K games, and sometimes y'all buy them, sometimes y'all don't. And I know I buy mine every year, so it's gonna be hard to, get my answer out. I'll say, but for y'all, what is it about the wrestling games that makes y'all want to go out there and buy them?
I mean, for me, I like the stuff that you can do, and sometimes the feel of it. Like, honestly, not to be, I guess, how I am, I guess. But sometimes you can look at a game and be like, I don't know if I want to play that, or you can look at a game and be like, oh yeah, I would want to play that.
If you
And
see
then
the
when they give you
gameplay,
more,
right?
yeah. And then when they give you more details, he's like, oh, okay, that sounds cool, or okay, that don't sound like my thing. Like, I used to buy NBA 2K the day it came out and pre-ordered it every year, but like sometimes I'm like, okay, it's kind of feel the same. Even though they got different modes. I'm like, I just get it when I get it. That's how I feel about 2K now, or different games. But I used to like to get them, so I guess it could just be like how they present it to you.
That is true. And right now, when it comes to the AEW game, they haven't presented anything really, but maybe 40 seconds of a match, and that's not even a real match, and a couple of entrances. Not even entrances, just people just coming out to the ring type thing like that. So
Yeah.
I haven't really got the chance to see much of what they had to offer with the bargain for. But Q, when it comes to like the wrestling game and stuff like that, what is something that you look forward into when you go out and buy a wrestling game?
I think it just has to be the gameplay gotta be up to par, of course. The graphics, I definitely like, that's for any game though. We want good graphics. I think in terms of like for this AEW game, for this to be their first, I say keep it simple. All right. Remember on what was it, 2K21, and you can do like a glow up fist to knock somebody out. Like, I don't need all that from AEW's first game. All right, just keep it simple. Give me some good wrestling. Give me good creative character. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be above WWE, let me import some music over so I could come up to one of my songs or something. Like something like that. I don't know, but I just think like they just need to keep it simple for their first game. Get the graphic, focus more on the graphics and the gameplay. Don't worry about all the extras. You know what I mean? The story mode don't even have to be that immersive. It just has to be cool. So
Yeah, so I do agree with you, Q. When it comes to me, look, I'm excited for the AEW game because it's something different, and I'm curious to see how they're going to bring it out. But I do believe in this day and age, fans right now are blinded by a lot of things, and I think what's going to happen is when they get the AEW game, unfortunately, the first thing they're going to be looking for is how is it better than WWE. That's the natural way of things right now, and unfortunately, they put them in that's not a, you can't win. Even Kenny Omega said they can't win in that department. You can't be picking up the AEW game to see what's better than W2K because right now a lot of people want to hate 2K22, the newest one, because they hate WWE. But they can't touch them graphics right now. They can't touch that detail. They can't touch that gameplay right now. That's something that has been worked on for over a year. And this is also from the crazy, which is from all the feedback from the fans from 2K over the years because of all the shit that we've been getting from them. This, on the other hand, is, something that obviously is something new that people want to try to go back to No Mercy. But once again, even, excuse me, when we play in No Mercy and we're going backwards in time to, it's great to play with your friends and pop in good No Mercy. But once again, it's like, all right, but I kind of want something more updated. There's nothing wrong with that. And when I was looking at stuff that's going on, what Pfeiffer was talking about, I'm just sitting there like 50 characters with notable omissions. That I'm just like, that's low, especially for a wrestling game in these days. Now I know they said they're trying to get DLC, but Yorks don't want to do DLC unless AEW wants to commit to a long-term plan.
Mm-hmm.
AEW does not want to commit to a long term plan. They want to make this like that, like the one and done type game, and they keep adding on to it. Which I get it. I'm just saying, like, if I don't mind it being this one game. Certain games don't have to be every year because when it comes out every year, you don't put the effort into it. And like Prime was saying, NBA 2K is that game. They don't put until they didn't start putting give a shit into it until Live came out. When EA Sports brought back Live for like a 5-year span, then all of a sudden 2K was just like, okay, we gonna update our game. And then when they did their job and beat Live out, and Live don't make no more games no more again, they just still go back to being lazy. Competition means something. Because I was playing Live and I was just like, oh snap, they got the women over here. Because 2K never had the women in the game.
Right.
And they brought the WNBA over there. And next thing you know is that 2K is making the W. And they got the women in there. Then they said, oh, we got the all teams in here. Something that Live doesn't have, and blah, 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 blah. And then we got this kind of career mode, and this my career, and all that stuff like that y'all just can't do. And I'm just like, oh, snap, that's cool. But then Live went out to pasture, and that was it. You don't think 2K know that AEW got a game coming out? So they gonna put all their eggs in the basket and make sure that 2K22 is one of the better 2K games that they have ever done, which is on the path of being that way. Because WWE just announced that they're doing an RPG game. Don't know what that's going to mean. Because the first thing I thought was like Day of Reckoning.
Hey now, Day of Reckoning was good.
It was, that's what I'm saying. But I do also think that it's just going to be a mobile game, and I don't play mobile games, so I wouldn't know how good it is anyway. But I want it to be successful. I just wanted to bring it up. I am a little worried for how it does look right now in early development, and with all the the backstage stuff that's going on, and how much it had to be cut from this game, and they still over budget. And I know me and Prime talked about it earlier when it first happened, before we even brought you into it. I had to say he just was like, when it happens, it happens. But I'm just like, but look. You say that, but we all gamers here. We all like something, and we all want something to be good. I don't want this. I don't want. One thing I don't want is to pick up this AEW game and its Impact. That was a letdown. I don't want to pick up this AEW game and it feels like Impact. Because when that Impact game came out and the graphics look good. And the gameplay, seeing it look at it, it's like, oh snap, they got Ultimate X, and everybody was talking about something. It's better than whatever Smackdown or Smackdown versus Raw games come out at that time. And that gameplay sucked.
I mean, I think that was SVR 08, so.
Oh god, because that SVR 8 sucked. Featuring ECW, that's. I mean, they changed some things, but that sucked. And then they would go in there, and it's like there's literally almost nobody in the game. It was a limited roster. It's almost like a fighting game roster. And people and fans were disappointed with that. And I don't blame them for being disappointed with that. And that's the one thing, like AEW cannot fail on this game. For how much Tony Khan's money is putting into this and what's going on right now in the battlefield. They cannot afford to, just like 2K couldn't afford to have 2K22 be bad, because that'd be it for WWE. Same goes here for AEW. So I hope everything is in order, but I don't know how things is going to basically work itself out.